Somewhere on this planet is a strip of water you could drive across in an hour, and it controls the energy supply of the entire world. The Strait of Hormuz, 33 miles wide between Iran and Oman, the most consequential piece of ocean on Earth. Every glowing country here, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, the UAE, needs this one passage to export their oil. No real alternative exists. 20 million barrels pass through every day. 1 in every 5 barrels consumed anywhere on the planet. 84% heads to Asia, China, Japan, South Korea, India. But a disruption here hits every market on Earth. Each supertanker carries 2 million barrels. Over 100 crossed daily, until the day they stopped. February 28, 2026. After airstrikes on Iran, the Revolutionary Guard issued one order: no ship crosses. The gate was shut. Within 48 hours, over 60 tankers sat anchored off the UAE coast, and more kept arriving. Ports went quiet. Cranes stopped. Every idle hour cost a tanker owner tens of thousands of dollars. 200 ships per day before the crisis. By March 2nd, just 3. A 98% collapse overnight. Ships switched off their tracking signals and went dark. One by one, dots on the map simply vanished. Then came reports of naval mines planted across the shipping lane. Uncertainty alone was enough to keep captains away. When markets opened the morning after the strikes, traders priced in the worst case. Brent crude jumped 7% in hours. War risk insurance tripled overnight, adding $250,000 to the cost of a single supertanker voyage. Qatar halted LNG operations. European gas futures spiked 30% in one day. Bills across Europe started climbing immediately. Crude oil, gasoline, jet fuel, heating oil, every energy commodity spiked simultaneously. A full supply shock priced in at once. Refineries were still running on stockpiles, but replacement cost had already surged. And replacement cost sets the next price. Hour 6, oil up 7%. Hour 12, shipping suspended. Hour 18, insurance pulled. Hour 24, $85 a barrel. Ships can reroute around Africa's Cape of Good Hope, adding 10,000 miles. 5 times the distance, 5 times the cost. Saudi Arabia has a bypass pipeline. It moves 5 million barrels a day. Hormuz moves 20 million. The math doesn't work. All alternative routes combined handle 6.5 million barrels daily. 13 million had nowhere to go. The US tapped its strategic petroleum reserve, emergency oil stored in underground Gulf Coast caverns. It buys time, not a solution. Producers outside the Gulf ramped up. Texas, the North Sea, Canada. But the world was already near full capacity. By hour 48, futures for delivery 1, 3, and 6 months out were all rising together. Crude crossed $100. US refineries ran on existing crude, but that crude was now worth far more. The next barrel would cost significantly more. Inside a refinery, crude splits into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel. The crude price feeds directly into every one of those products. Gasoline moves through pipelines stretching thousands of miles to fuel terminals across the country. Higher-priced product now flowed through all of it. Gulf crude slows. Tanker supply drops. Refinery intake falls. Pipeline costs rise. Terminal prices jump. Gas station reprices. Every domino in sequence. $2.98 before the war. $3.40. $3.75. $4.05 by end of week. Normally 6 to 8 weeks between crude and pump prices. This time, 72 hours. Futures moved instantly. The oil in your tank was bought weeks ago, but the price you paid was set by what oil costs today, not then. A tanker from Saudi Arabia takes 3 weeks to arrive. The futures price changes in milliseconds. Markets move at the speed of fear. When a delivery truck arrives at a station, the owner pays that day's wholesale price. up 30 cents since last week. Prices go up today. 60 cents of every gas dollar is raw crude. When crude spikes, 60% of your price spikes with it, instantly. A shock at Hormuz travels through trading terminals in London, New York, Dubai, Singapore, and becomes a global price within minutes. Strait closes, insurance triples, tankers anchor, futures hit 100, wholesale spikes, stations reprice. Jet fuel is refined from the same crude. Oil surges, airlines pay tens of thousands extra per flight, passed on through ticket prices. Container ships burn fuel too, costs jump 40%, freight rates follow, and every product inside those containers gets more expensive. Fertilizers, packaging, home heating, delivery trucks. More of modern life runs on oil than most people realize. This is an energy price shock. Producers pass costs forward. Consumer prices follow. Inflation ticks up. Iran partially reopened the strait in mid-April. Oil fell 10% in a day. But shipping companies stayed cautious. 60-plus stranded tankers don't clear overnight. Analysts estimated months before oil flows return to normal levels. Prices fall slowly, far slower than they rose. Markets climb on fear and recover on confirmation. The way down always takes longer. The crisis accelerated conversations about LNG alternatives, renewables, and never letting one country hold global energy hostage again. The numbers. Oil peaked near $120. US gas hit $405. Drivers paid roughly $100 more per month. Notice how small the strait looks from up here, and how many supply lines thread through it. It earns the title. Global oil demand keeps climbing. The Strait of Hormuz remains a single point of failure for the world's energy system. 20% of global oil, 33 miles wide. Next time you wince at the pump, you know exactly which strip of water is behind it.